My name is Amber, and I am doing a narrative video about my life, or an important episode in my life, according to the concepts of social constructionist approach. The example I'm going to use is growing up. Most of my life I lived on a farm, and while growing up, we were raised to do chores. So, on that farm we had cattle, we had pigs, and then throughout that we, as me and my brother, we took care of those. Like, we would get up in the morning and we would do chores, and then in the evenings we would do chores, and then once we got old enough, we became a part of 4-H, and then through 4-H then we would sell our cattle that we had in 4-H, and or we would send them to the meat locker, and then there we would have our meat. So we never growing up would purchase our ground beef and steaks and such from the store. So we always just had our own ground beef and steaks and stuff like that in our freezer from our cattle and pigs that came from our farm. So growing up, we never even knew or thought that you could buy meat, specifically beef or pork, from the store. We just always thought that everybody lived on a farm and everybody raised their own cattle and pigs, and that's how everybody had meat for their food and what it was that they were eating, or the meat that they were eating. It wasn't until I think high school, maybe, when I started spending the night with people that lived in town and maybe not out in the country, that I maybe went to the grocery store with some of them and realized that they then had to buy ground beef. And then when I went to college and then had to sometimes buy those things on my own, and then when I did then move out on my own, and then my parents split and sold the farm, and then since then I've never been able to have that luxury of not doing that. But so growing up on a farm, I had that idea that that's just how everybody was that they were born and raised on a farm, and that they that's just how things were. But little did I know that was a very small portion of people grew up that way and lived that way. But yeah, so that is the example from my life that I chose to use for this assignment, for this class. Thank you.